Hello and welcome to the Roughneck Minute, a Movies by Minute podcast where we go over the movie Starship Troopers 1 minute at a time. I'm one of your hosts, Matthew.
And I'm your other host, Johan.
And we're at minute 54. This minute begins with Sky Marshal Dean's...
What?
this
Is
minute
there more
begins
than one?
Yes, Dean's, Sky Marshals. This minute begins with Sky Marshal Dean's addressing Geneva and ends with some kids stopping some bugs, doing their part. So yeah, we get Sky Marshal Dean's. The first time we actually see a governing leader of the Federation. And he's telling basically, we need to make sure that human civilization, not insect, controls this galaxy now and forever.
No, but he doesn't say control. He says dominates.
I'm sorry, dominates.
Which is a completely different context.
It definitely is. He's basically wanting to wipe out the whole entire species of the bugs.
Well, not just that, but no matter what other species is out there, it's just that the human race is going to be the top dog no matter what.
Well, yeah, I'd hope so anyway.
Nah.
There's actually a good book about how, it's Old Man's War, where no one on Earth knows what's going on until they join the military. But once they join the military, they find out that the world is pretty much a backwater, and that there are 5 other species in the galaxy that are vying for control, and they're just vastly different. But the only way you can get into the military is if you're above 70 years old and you sign your life away and agree never to come back to the world.
Wait, 70? Like 70?
70. Yeah, 70. They basically make a younger version of yourself that is genetically enhanced and then swap your brain.
Oh, okay.
So basically they want old veterans, people who have lived their life fully and don't want to return to Earth ever again.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It's a good book, but I mean, it's pretty cool because the guy basically, he goes to a planet that's, needing conquering. But the thing is, it's like a Gulliver's Travels planet. And everyone on that planet is an inch tall. So they're trying to fire at them with RPGs and everything, but they're just bouncing off their armor. And they start flicking people with their fingers, and he starts breaking down and crying. He's like, I can't do this. This is pathetic. But it's a good book though.
All right. I'll take your word up for that.
Yeah, I'm really into sci-fi. Sorry.
Yeah, one of the things that's weird about his, I don't know if you notice this, but he has this pin on him, and I'm assuming it's because he's a Sky Marshal.
Mm-hmm.
It's tucked into a pocket. Normally,
it is, isn't it?
Yeah, normally you would have them, or you wouldn't have anything interfering with any of your ribbons or whatever. Well, some of them call them ribbons, there's certain badges that say what operations you've served in.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't tuck it in like this.
No, you really wouldn't. The only time I actually notice any kind of ribbons are usually on their shoulders or any kind of pips or anything like that. There's really no regalia for any of these officers or anything in the military.
Yeah, but that's why. Why is it? Maybe it's just a costume error, but or unless it's cut off at the bottom. I don't know, but it looks weird.
Yeah, it does. I'm thinking it just may be into his what is that called? Gosh darn it! It's a it looks like it's cut off. Honestly.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it supposed to look like a rising sun, or is it accidentally tucked into a button?
His lapel somehow?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he was going to get a good 4 seconds of screen time. They probably wanted to make him look good.
Wait, if this is a... Because it's supposed to be technically a blazer, correct?
Yeah.
But if there's a hole there for... where the bottom of the star is, or the sun, that means he's wearing a pea coat.
I don't know. I mean, he backs up and you can't really see what he's wearing, but it may be that he's wearing this kind of olive dark green pea coat, kind of Carl wears later on.
Yeah, but, Carl has a trench coat.
Yeah.
But then pea coats were worn by the Navy, generally, is to keep them warmer. But I'm just saying that would make him super hot under all those lights and everything.
Oh yeah, but this would be his uniform, though. I mean,
Right.
so this looks like it is wool. I mean, I can. We're still using the 1080 HD version of the movie, even though the 4K Blu-ray, the 4K Ultra HD version is out. So go check that out, guys. Haven't bought it yet, but planning on it. But from the 1080p HD version, it looks like it's just pretty much just like full wool. So yeah, it definitely would be warm.
Yeah. So it's like the higher the rank you get, the more uncomfortable you're supposed to be, I
Yeah, I
guess.
mean, you need to. Yeah, you need to know the uncomfortableness to lead your nation or
Yeah.
your government.
They're like, that guy must be high up. He's wearing like 15 pounds of chain around his neck.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's like a chastity.
Sir,
Like,
how are you doing today, sir? Let me through. It's uncomfortable. Well, of course, sir. Oh, you must be up to something important, sir.
exactly. They're like guys in the office just whipping themselves and everything.
What is flat flagell? What is that? Uh, God dang.
Self flagellation. I think.
Flagellation. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, some people still do that.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. I'm sad to say I come from a country that does have that culture where they do that. Like still.
Yeah.
Man, the Philippines, it's like it has been condemned, like don't do it, but it's also one of those. But we're not going to stop you if you do because country is incredibly religious.
Yeah.
But during Easter, a lot of people do that, and also do the whole like carrying the cross for a long distance, like a giant cross.
Well, they need to show their penance somehow.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
Religion does weird things to people, man.
Yeah, I guess.
So yeah, guys, if you don't know, Johan and I are pretty much not religious at all, and I mean, we both come from societies or places that are deeply religious. Me from Spain, well, my family anyway from Spain, but Hispanic, and Johan definitely from the Philippines. I mean, they're all Catholic over there too.
Yeah, it's a Roman Cat. Well, I was Roman Catholic. It's Roman Catholic, Mormons, and born again Christians, and there's now like Muslims.
Fun.
Yeah, there's like barely any atheists or anything like that. It's very much a very religious, well, not continent, but country.
Yeah, I mean, well, if it's a small, knit group together, kind of like if it's a small enough place, like an island or something like that, like it'd be kind of like Japan a little bit, or smaller, even smaller, like say Fiji, I guess. You
Yeah.
really can't go anywhere where you can't find someone who is not religious of a certain group. But I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to cut that out. But you know what I mean? Like you can't, if it's a small enough place, you can't really get away from that religion, or else you'll be like kind of ostracized.
Yeah. Well, there was a huge war in the Philippines over a lot of religious backgrounds. So that's kind of like why it became even stronger because people were fighting for placehold for their religion. So, I mean, it wasn't like, just like basic human rights and everything. It was like the push of a religious group moving in on other territories. So that's just why it became even more prominent to have a foothold in religion.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Let's get back to the movie. So the Sky Marshal is actually played by Bruce Gray, and he's mostly a TV actor known for General Hospital, All My Children, stuff like that. But he played Sky Marshal Deans in this one.
oh okay. Didn't see any of those shows, but
Yeah,
good for
neither
him
did
to
I.
do something else.
He was actually born in Puerto Rico, so good for him.
Yeah. So, well, I do want to start off just a little bit, even though we've recorded quite a bit. How far were you into it? We're almost
9
10
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have our first correction.
Oh no, we've had corrections before. This is, I think, your first correction.
This is the first correction of this episode.
Okay, there we go.
I was wrong. That person does have a ponytail.
Ooh.
Yeah, once they start clapping for the Sky Marshal and everything, you see her stand up, possibly her, and you see the ponytail sway around.
Yeah, if it's a guy, I'm wondering what kind of hippy dippy baloney this federal government is.
I wouldn't say that. They could be of an well, like a American native group.
Hippy dippy baloney, man.
No, but if they're like a Native American type thing, like this is a cultural, like the long hair.
Yeah, I guess.
So I don't know, but yeah, I did notice that, and when I noticed it, I was like, oh man, all right, so I was wrong. But
Honestly, it does look like a girl because it looks braided.
yeah, but one thing I do notice, when everybody's clapping, you can start to see that the upper left hand side is it looks like those people are CG'd in because you can tell that there is a pigment difference of the ones to like right in front and to the right versus the one in the left.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like possibly they have those people on the right and then the rest of it was green screened.
hmm But we get a little bit of a change from Sky Marshal stepping back a little bit and everyone clapping for the Sky Marshal. We get I guess, a commercial change for the FedNet.
Now, are these commercials or is this just regular feed? That's what I want to know. That's why I don't think it's a commercial.
I say commercial because it's Verhoeven's kind of thing, like all those commercials and
Okay.
RoboCop and everything. That's why I'm saying it like that, and like in Recall as well too. But no, this is a definitely a feed. This is kind of like the 90 seconds of ads revenue that you get before you're watching something on YouTube.
Yeah, but
Except it's mandatory because it's federal.
Yeah. But I'm just, well, it's a signature of Verhoeven, but in this world, it seems like it's just regular propaganda.
Yeah, it'd be like, oh, the federal playlist for the night. You know, you want to watch this? Sure. Well, that's going to be on something else, so
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like if you're going to watch the nightly, execution or something like that, you still got to watch, or there'll still be a few of these commercials, quote unquote, on beforehand.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Never mind that. You're correct. We'll keep
Okay.
going.
So federal scientists apparently are learning new ways to fight our enemies.
And what I noticed is this is at 53:30,
Mm-hmm.
and it's almost been 40 minutes, close to 40 minutes since we last saw NPH.
Wait, it is NPH. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
But yeah, it's been almost 40 minutes since we last saw him.
Aw, well, we see that he's doing good because he's, I guess, in Games in Theory, but he's starring in the FedNet feed. He's military scientist.
Yeah. Because I started going back into the last time we possibly saw NPH, and it's like a 1950 in a movie.
Yeah,
Where
it's been a while.
Yeah, where they shook hands and said, like, we'll always be together thing.
Yeah.
By the person who came up with the idea to break up the group. So anyways, so it's been almost 40 minutes since we last saw NPH in this film. Doesn't seem like a lot because that's when they actually like start to leave to go to wherever their basic training is. So it's been 40 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've only gotten stuff with Carmen and Johnny, but nothing with Carl. But we see that he's risen in rank actually a couple times. He's got a couple pips on his, lapel.
Yeah.
Or his collar, and military scientist is I guess a high esteem.
Yeah. Well, nobody seems to be addressed by their name when they're shown on this FedNet. Unless it's the high rankers and they say it by name in the voiceover. So he just gets military scientist.
Yeah, I think it's kind of the same thing where if you watch like TV today, you'll see, doctor on TV like saying, "Oh, I approve of this drug and you should get it." No, kind of thing. I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
But you don't know if he's like a paid actor or an actual doctor or anything like that. He may be like a foot doctor who works out of like a weird clinic down the street in like a bad part of town or something like that,
Yeah. Well, there was that scene like in The Simpsons And now a word from a doctor. And the doctor looks up, what the? And then it cuts away.
Or yeah, like it wasn't it like it was like, oh, he was like,
Yeah.
see, would a doctor lie? But yeah, so Neil Patrick Harris, MPH, is the military scientist. He tells us that, your basic arachnid isn't very smart, but you can blow off a limb. And he pulls up a Merida, a carbine version of the Merida, not the full rifle version, which is a smaller, lighter version.
Yeah, because he can handle this one.
Oh yeah, he can handle it for sure. Well, the carbines are pretty lightweight anyway. I mean, it's not like a full automatic rifle Merida, has all the attachments and everything. This is more of a carbine variant that like officers and higher ups use.
Yeah. The one thing that I thought was really weird is how did they capture this bug?
I mean,
you risk a lot of lives just to kill it.
I mean, I mean, who knows? I mean, they may like find like that's one of the things I'm thinking of too. Maybe they like pick them up by like, how like kids can pick up like stray ants and like keep it as a pet or something like that. It may just be a stray.
And then they just captured it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like they.
But I'm assuming that they captured a lot of them.
Yeah, they can definitely capture a lot of them as well too. I mean, I don't know if they have like some kind of like tranquilizer or they knock it out somehow or just wrap it up in a net, as we'll see that happens at the very end of the movie.
Like they drop a bunch of cotton balls mixed in with what's it called, nail polish remover to knock them out.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if they could. That sounds like something viable that they can do. But yeah, if Neil Patrick Harris blows off one of the limbs of the arachnid warrior, its left thing.
Well, our left, like looking at left, but it's its right. What is that? Like a little slasher thing?
It slash your arm claw thing, yeah. It's praying mantis. It's praying mantis scyther looking claw.
Yeah,
going off a Pokemon.
Yeah,
and he basically says
Slash was effective.
Yes, it was.
See, until he gets the Iron Stone, that bug is just going to be nothing until he becomes like Scizor.
Man, I haven't played Pokemon
too.
I haven't played Pokemon in months.
Yeah, but the thing I also find weird is this scene. So you're basically saying like this is how you eliminate bugs, correct?
Yeah.
Why is it being shown to the public?
I mean, who knows how it could be like a thing like, oh, hey, you know what? Here's a tip if you ever want to join the military, aim for the nerve stem. Or it could be that, hey, they know that soldiers are watching this too.
I guess, but that's why. Like, why is it being shown to the public?
Propaganda, man. Shows them like how we can easily kill the bugs. If this, dorky brainhead Doogie Howser looking military scientist can kill a bug.
Yeah, this guy makes me think about Doogie Howser. He's Doogie Howser looking.
Exactly. I mean, gosh. I mean, if he can kill a bug.
I think you're right that if it were propaganda, it's like, look, we found a way to kill him.
It's more like hey, we know exactly how to kill the bug. No, we know how to do it. We're telling you it's an easy way to do it. Aim at this part.
Yeah. I was starting to think that he's actually an incredibly good shot.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. Well, I'm pretty sure Carl has gone through military training slightly. Not probably as much as Rico has, but he's gotten some like basic, rifle training or just basic boot training, maybe some PT and everything like that, but nothing as hard because he's going straight to officers.
No, I mean he's firing an automatic weapon through bars, and the grouping is still pretty good. Like he's actually a pretty good shot.
Yeah. Besides, maybe a little bit of training beforehand, I have no clue. I as I said, I'm guessing he just got some training beforehand before officers.
Yeah, but he can get some training, but he's actually a pretty good shot. I'll really give him that. Like I think he's actually a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
What, like, seriously, he's shooting in between bars. Like, he doesn't stick the gun, like, the barrel in the bars. He's shooting through them.
Well, no, you wouldn't want to stick the barrel. You wouldn't want to get like within like 5 feet of those bars because the warrior could probably just pull out its scythe or claw and just stick you with it.
Yeah, but the ricochet off that bars would cause immense damage inside the area.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he's managing to shoot between those bars and still keep the grouping pretty well while still hitting the nerve stem of the bug.
I don't know, man.
I just think he's a good shot.
Yeah, he's a good shot. I'm not doubting that. I don't know.
It's just weird. Like, I can see where they CG'd the bullets before they CG'd the background, because there can obviously be bullet holes in the wall, but there's a really nice bullet hole in the pipe in the back.
Yeah, I did notice that too.
Yeah, so kind of a mess up on the CG because I think it was placed on top of the background. That's why.
But yeah, so Carl says that you can blow off a limb and it's 86% still combat effective. Basically saying, this thing is still dangerous as hell.
Yeah, because it has like the 2 pincers. He can probably still do something with the back legs, and he still has those gigantic mandibles.
Yeah, this bug is made for maiming, tearing, ripping. It's the warrior class. It's kind of like, you ever see those like red ants with like the big heads, like the big red ants?
Yeah.
It'd be kind of like if there was just like a colony just like full of those.
All right, which is basically what they're facing.
Exactly. But he says, hey, instead of blowing off a limb, aim for the nerve stem and bring it down for good. And he takes aim and just demolishes the nerve stem, which is apparently behind the head a little bit. Yeah, in that little fin looking thing.
That's a good shot. It's like shooting somebody in the tonsil.
Yeah, man, that's pretty good. Good for you, Doogie.
Yeah. First you were a doctor, now you became a scientist, and you became Bullseye.
Well, he's also psychic too, so maybe he's using his psychic abilities to help the bullets go along. Mind bullets.
He's curving bullets.
Yeah. So we get a bit of a scene change again. Actually, a channel change. We would like to know more. And we get a nice little outside suburban scene of 4 kids and a lady stomping bugs.
Yeah. We were in a little bit of a debate over this because I thought it was a teacher. But then you pointed out that there's a likeliness as a parent, and I think you're right for the reasons you're going to explain right now.
But yeah, no. So like, no, you definitely had it. You had it like I had it the same way that you did before we started doing this minute by minute. I thought this was a teacher. I thought this was like a teacher like taking her class out to stomp some bugs.
Yeah. But then when you said that you think it was a mom or something like that, then I really started paying attention to the scene. And you can see 2 parents like sitting in the balcony or standing in a balcony right behind, where they're like, look at little Johnny, he's squishing some bugs.
Yeah. She's actually played by Stephanie Erb, E-R-B. She looks like she's mostly a TV actress doing stuff on like Girl Meets World, Phineas and Ferb. I'm sorry, not Phineas and Ferb. NCIS, Young and the Restless a little bit. So it's like mostly TV actors on this one. And the kids are all played by Alexi Lakotos, Nathaniel Marshall, Austin Stratoford, and Rhiannon Vigil. But they're stomping bugs. And basically the announcer says, hey, do your part. If you're not a soldier, you can still help out the war effort. How? Apparently by stomping giant cockroaches.
That are native to Earth.
Exactly, but they're bugs.
Yeah, because they're Madagascar hissing cockroaches.
Which are awesome, and they're like amazing. They're not gross or anything. They're actually really cool.
Yeah, people keep them as pets, but like the only reason why I knew the name of what they are is because these were the type of bugs in Men in Black.
Yeah, the ones where he's like, oh, was that your auntie?
Yeah. But the gut trails on these bugs are pretty gross.
I think honestly they are killing real Madagascar Higgin
Oh
cockroaches, which
no,
is,
they are totally killing real bugs.
and this is really sad because I mean they're really cool bugs.
Yeah, but they're. I checked them on Wikipedia. They're like us least concern. So that means there's a ton of them. I mean, in Men in Black, they open up a dumpster full of them.
Yeah, I don't know.
And like while they're stomping some bugs to the left, you'll see a cockroach just like getting away.
Yeah,
But also, like this scene screams '90s to me.
it really does. Like all these kids are wearing like really weird like clothes, but there's a little girl in there who has these like
The
pink.
glittery Doc Martens, which
Yes,
I remember somebody in high school that had one.
It's
So,
great. I mean, like
yeah.
I have a pair of Doc Martens right now. They're nice. They're like a kind of amber brown color. My wife got them for me, but I may think about like getting some pink on them now.
See, because I had a pair of green ones, and it was like this were the times where like 9 Inch Nails was big, so a lot of people wore Doc Martens,
Yeah,
like black ones or red and blue, and all that. But then, like it kind of changed when someone wore pink, and we were just like, I don't think I like my Docs anymore. Because I think the pink ones started coming out when No Doubt started becoming big.
Tragic Kingdom. Yeah,
Yeah, so they were first like they wore Doc Martens because of what they were, but then when Kingdom came out, then there was like that style of wearing Doc Martens that were more feminine. So these came out. But not only that, the house directly behind him, there's a patio set on the looks like a on the roof. I remember my aunt having that same exact patio set.
that's a pretty far away set too. But you can recognize that.
Yeah. I remember that where it had like the three like it was that circular table and it's like a what's it called that mesh metallic and it was white and it had three legs that came from each end towards the center and came back out like a giant C. But yeah, like no joke, my aunt had that same exact set. You can buy them almost anywhere.
So I just noticed something kind of gross about one of the kids.
What?
So
That one of
okay,
them looks like he's wearing a bolo tie.
that and also the kid in like the like brown and like orangish brown, the shirt.
Okay,
He's wearing
yeah.
penny loafers.
Yeah, I did notice that, and they look incredibly big on this kid.
They're huge because I mean, like the Docs are Docs and they look like Docs, but yeah, these shoes are massive. I guess he wanted to get his daddy's bug stomping shoes.
I guess.
And the little girl in the blue is wearing like some like actual blue suede shoes.
Yeah,
I mean, the other kid over here in the gray and white like t-shirt or not t-shirt like button down looks like he's wearing a pair of Airwalks. So there you go, Airwalks, another one.
are they Airwalks?
They look like it. They have those big soles.
I guess.
I mean, they don't look like the penny loafers or the Doc Martens that the kids are wearing. So
That is true. I think they are Airwalks. It was just that not the ones I'm familiar with, because normally the ones I'm familiar with have a little bit more padding on the outsides of the foot.
yeah,
This one looks like it's more of that form-fitted, possibly work shoe type looking thing, or uniform shoe.
yeah. But I feel bad for one person. Or I'm sorry, one thing in this scene.
What's that?
The one hissing cockroach that spins on its back and then has its legs up
Oh.
and just sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
That just kills me, man. I mean, it's kind of like the dog in the last minute. It's just poor thing.
Yeah, like just end it. Like
Yeah, he's like, please, just sweet release, kind
yeah.
of thing. But that's really where that minute ends because we see the kids, just crowding with each other and stomping the bugs, and then that's where the minute ends, really.
Yep, with a good look at those pink crocodile Doc Martens.
So gross.
But I totally remember those from high school. Like I remember a girl wearing those.
Well, do you have anything you want to say else about this minute in particular?
No, I think I'm good.
All right, I'll just say that, bugs were harmed in the making of this film. We can see them right here at 5400.
And also 5359 and going back to 5355.
Poor bugs.
Yeah,
I mean, I think I think we're gonna have to go over that when we get to the credits as well too.
Yeah.
But where can they find you, Johan?
You guys can find me on Twitch and Instagram at JDASHD26. You can also find me on Twitter at OMG It's Johan. Lately, I haven't been so active on any of those social media locations just because of work. But when I'm active, there's probably a picture of my corgi.
No.
Yeah.
Wally.
Yeah.
It was his birthday recently.
Yes, it was on November 19th.
Yeah, poor big boy.
Yeah, it was his adoption day.
Aww.
Yep.
And you guys can find me at AltTabMatt pretty much anywhere that you can search for AltTabMatt on the internet. But you can find us at the Roughneck Min on Twitter. You can also follow us on our Facebook group, the Roughneck Minute Billet, to continue the conversation and talk about bug stomping and Doc Martens. You can also go to our website, theroughneckminute.podbean.com, for any past episodes or show notes. And go ahead and subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Google Play, or any podcatcher that you can find us on. But yeah, that's going to be it for us, guys. I've been one of your hosts, Matthew.
And I've been your other host, Johan.
And we will see you on the Bounce Troopers.
Now, have you done much, bug stomping, ever? Because I don't.
No, not really.
I'm actually the type that avoids stepping on snails.
I actually do avoid stepping on snails, mostly because it's gross.
No, I don't because I feel bad for them.
Yeah, you can talk now.
All right, so stop recording.
Yeah.
All right.